I know this isn't the last time I'm going to say this, but the core reason that this country is suffering so much is because you never believed in black people. You never believed what black people were trying to tell you the entire time. You believed the white narrative of your survival over empathy, hearing somebody else out, because you were afraid that if you were to activate your empathy, you would recognize the violence that you are co-signing by surviving amongst the white narrative.
Hi lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Belinda Stranda. Thank you so much for all the love and support. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP. So lovelies, I came across these stitches on my For You, and I thought to share where some group of punk club people are out to talk about how they have really effed around, and the thing is that they blame themselves for not listening to black people, and now they are coming out in plain line to talk about how this could have been stopped. Lovelies, I'm just going to roll the clip as well as some of other stitches I was able to put together. Please leave me your own thoughts in the comment section of what you think of this video. Please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. We're just here for educational and informative purposes.
I know this isn't the last time I'm going to say this, but the core reason that this country is suffering so much is because you never believed in black people. You never believed what black people were trying to tell you the entire time. You believed the white narrative of your survival over empathy, hearing somebody else out, because you were afraid that if you were to activate your empathy, you would recognize the violence that you are co-signing by surviving amongst the white narrative. So as your psychosis goes into fragile, numb, sensitive, entitled, and black people are still prepared for whatever is coming tomorrow, and they know how to process pain and grief with their community, with each other, they'll still be here, and the indigenous as well. I'm not going to leave them out of this conversation because this is so important. And go to the reservations of this land. All right, those are the projects that this American government placed out of mind, out of dialogue, out of conversation as well.
Just feel like the black community, they have tried to warn all of us.
Yeah, you right. We tried to warn you, but you just didn't want to listen. And now that they're knocking at your door, you want to do something. Y'all really need to go back and see everything that she said. For real. You really think that showing up to a march is enough? You really think that buying a pin is enough? You really think that being a keyboard warrior is enough while we out here dying? And you want to mock us and make fun of us when we get to a point where we're just like saying we can't stand y'all and we don't want to be anywhere around you. It's because of this. Now understand, like, being compassionate in all of it, I get that you don't know what you don't know. But we know enough that we believe all women. We know enough that we believe all children, right? Shouldn't we know enough that when people of color are saying something, we should believe them? That we don't need to check out the whole story. We don't need to see what happened before the video started. And like I said, like, I want to be compassionate, but it's really tough. And I've said for a long time, we were the beta testers, and since you sat around and didn't do anything, now nothing's gonna happen for you because it's gone too far, right? They're already in position to do what they're going to do to you, just like they've been doing to us. Because what it needed to take was not buying a pen, not being a keyboard warrior, but actually like getting into Congress, writing your senators, and, you know, voting in the right people that were going to put the right laws in order to do the right things. And you just didn't. So yeah, now everything's coming to what it's coming to, and you're just gonna get to deal with it, and nobody's coming to save you because you never came to save us. And the funny thing is that if we did save you, you would just do what you did with the whole feminism thing, right? Just leave us in the dust. Sorry, not sorry.
This is no shade, but I think a lot of you guys are just now discovering empathy for Black people. And I'm not saying that you haven't cared, but I think you've had sympathy. I think you have felt bad, but I don't think you have been able to fully put yourself in the shoes of the Black experience and relate. And you still can't. You won't ever be able to. But I'm watching the comments come through about Renee Good, and so many non-Black Americans saying, oh my God, like, we can't do anything. We're not safe doing anything. She didn't do anything, and that could have been any of us. I look at that video and I can't stop crying because it just like reminds me of my family. That could have been me. And how do you think Black Americans feel? Have felt their entire lives. You're getting it. You're getting it now. And that's the empathy. And that's a good thing. It's not shade. It's not shade. I just can imagine how frustrating that must be as someone who has lived with understanding this, watching at a mass scale the rest of us realize, get a taste of it.
All right, so let me put you on game about what Black people mean when we say, we told you so. Because guys, this is not a victory lap. This is not smugness. It's not about being right. This is grief with receipts. Black people have been talking about police violence, state violence, carceral control for centuries, not decades, not since social media, for centuries. From slave patrols to chain gangs to Jim Crow policing to modern law enforcement. This has always been the same system, wearing different uniforms. And every time we said, hey, this is what it is, we were told we were exaggerating, too emotional, too angry, too biased, too stuck in the past, right? And here's the part people don't want to admit, but I will. Black people weren't ignored because the truth wasn't visible. We were ignored because believing us too early would have required change before white comfort was disrupted. It is easier to dismiss a warning than dismantle a system. So the truth had to get louder. It had to get bloodier. It had to become impossible to explain it away. Only when violence spills into undeniable visibility does the world suddenly say, wait, oh, is there a problem? That's why this moment feels shocking to so many people. Not because it's new, but because it finally crossed the line of plausible denial. When Black people say, we told you so, what we're really saying is the truth was available long before it was acceptable. We named patterns while others were still debating intentions. We talked about systems while people kept isolating incidents. We warned about inevitability while folks were still clinging to reform fantasies. And every time those warnings were dismissed, the harm continued. So no, we told you so isn't about ego. It's about the cost of not listening sooner. And the cost isn't discomfort or confusion, it is bodies. The cost is trauma that didn't need to be inevitable. The cost is generations of people being asked to explain their own suffering over and over again. And now that the system is no longer behaving politely enough to ignore, people want language, context, think pieces, grace. But understand this. Black people were not early, you were just not ready. And readiness only arrived once ignoring us became more dangerous than believing us. Come on, man.
Anyone else feel extremely drained? Like, no matter how much sleep I get, like, I just feel tired. I feel drained. I could sleep for 8 hours and I still feel drained. I don't know what is going on anymore, but something really doesn't feel right. And I know I can't be the only one out there to feel like this. Something weird is definitely going on anymore. You just feel just unmotivated at times. I really can't explain it. It's just a strange feeling. Does anybody else know what I'm talking about? Because again, I know I can't be the only one out there to feel like this. there's something weird going on. There is something very, very strange happening.
I am so done with this world. It's starting to become so draining. I feel like I know too much, and I feel like I'm done trying to bring awareness to people who act like they're allergic to knowledge. Do you know when the saying goes, ignorance is bliss? It really is. The division is manufactured, the outrage is designed to keep you distracted while the agenda moves forward. And if you still think this is about left versus right, you're lost. You are completely wrong. This is about the people versus the system. I don't know if you've realised, but the system is trying to take away everything that we've worked for over our lifetime, including everything that our grandparents have worked for. They're trying to take away everything, including our freedoms. Our God-given freedoms that we were born on this earth with, they are trying to take this away. And you know, I'm just finding it hard because most people have not got a clue. Most people really have no idea what's at stake or what's happening. And I really just can't see a way out. I feel like they've manipulated every aspect of our life. This, what's happening, is being planned for hundreds of years. And some days I'm alright, some days I'm not. Some days I find it hard and I struggle with the totality of what I know, because I know it's coming.
Right, serious question. Don't know if it's just me, or is anyone else feeling extremely fatigued and tired lately? And you're doing everything right. You're just going to bed early. You're not drinking coffee late or anything like that. But no matter what you do, you still wake up absolutely shattered. It's just not explainable. It doesn't make sense. It just feels weird. Just like you could sleep 12 hours, 10 hours, 8 hours, and still, for some unknown reason, you still feel tired. And I'm sure, and I hope I'm not the only one that feels this way recently. I don't know if it's just something that feels really off in the air right now, or just something weird is going on. And I know I can't be the only one that is feeling like this. Does anyone else out there, besides me, feel like this? And just like during the day, it feels like you're just going through the motions. And for some unexplained reason, you just feel extremely drained. Anyone who sees this, let me know your feelings on this. Put it in the comments.
Shade, but I think a lot of you guys are just now discovering empathy for Black people. And I'm not saying that you haven't cared, but I think you've had sympathy. I think you have felt bad, but I don't think you have been able to fully put yourself in the shoes of the Black experience and relate. And you still can't. You won't ever be able to. But I'm watching the comments come through about Renee Good, and so many non-Black Americans saying, oh my God, like, we can't do anything. We're not safe doing anything. She didn't do anything, and that could have been any of us. I look at that video and I can't stop crying because it just like reminds me of my family. That could have been me. And how do you think Black Americans feel? Have felt their entire lives. You're getting it. You're getting it now. And that's the empathy. And that's a good thing. It's not shade.
This is shade. There is going to be a lot of shade in this video. There is going to be a lot of side eye in this video. And that's not to Madeline. I understand where she's coming from. I agreed with her on the H Mart Gate situation, but in this particular one, no, I don't agree. I don't agree that people are gaining empathy. I don't agree that they had sympathy. For me, actually, I'm realizing the depth of the idea that most people don't even see Black people as human. Because she said it herself. People are just now starting to see that these things could be happening to them and their families. But they've been happening to Black and Indigenous people in the Americas and globally for generations without end. And you guys never saw yourselves in our shoes. Sandra Bland didn't affect y'all the way it affected me. The acquittal of George Zimmerman for the brutal unalivement of Trayvon Martin didn't have you awake all night contemplating the universe and your place in it. The extrajudicial unalivings of Black people for the last 25 years in America didn't make you have panic attacks every time you see a police car, even when you're not doing anything, because you never put yourselves in Black people's shoes. So full shade. I'm done not being shady. I am done being polite with that messaging. Y'all put Black squares on your Facebook profiles. You did Black Lives Matter protests. You did all of those things because it was trendy. You colonized Black Lives Matter because it was cool to be associated with caring about Black people at that moment in history. But what you never realized is that, and frankly, neither did I until recently, is that it could also happen to you. You didn't realize it could happen to you. You thought that black people were only marching in the streets for themselves. You didn't realize that we were the canary in the coal mine. And the reason that canaries are in coal mines is because they are delicate and beautiful songbirds. And once certain chemicals start to fill the coal mine, those delicate and beautiful songbirds are the first to lose their lives, signaling to everyone else in the coal mine that they are in danger. But the problem is, y'all ignored the death of the canaries. You put little canary yellow squares on your profiles and talked about how much canary lives matter, but you didn't realize that you were just larger birds. You thought that the canaries were the only ones in danger and continued to hang out in the coal mine, breathing super deep. How's that working out for you? And why aren't you liking and following more black creators?
I don't know what the hell is happening lately, but people are getting weird. Like every time I go out, someone's either pissed off, staring you down, or acting like basic manners are now optional. You go to the store, everyone, looks like they're one bump away from throwing hands in the produce aisle. You hold the door open for somebody. They walk through it like you owed them that shit. When you're driving, people are cutting you off, brake checking, acting like their day is more important than everybody else's. And it's not just anger. It's jealousy. It's bitterness. It's envy. You can feel it coming off of people. I mean, you post something good happening in your life, people get quiet. You post something bad and they're suddenly watching real close. That alone should tell you where people's hearts are at right now. And the thing is, nobody's hiding it anymore. People are sloppy with their negativity. Their energy's loud as hell. You don't even have to guess. You can see it in their face before they even open their mouth. The customer service, dead. The cashiers look like they're fighting demons. Half of the customers look like they brought theirs to share. And every day feels heavier. The grocery trip, the workday, the errands. Even standing in line feels tense as hell. Everyone's burnt out. Everyone's jealous of something. Everyone's mad at life and taking it out on strangers. And honestly, it's getting obvious, real obvious. The energy is shifting, and not in a good way. People are turning cold, quick. And if you've been paying attention, you've seen it too.
Like, seriously, lovelies, when I came across these stitches, I was like, it has to get to this point before people get the realization or get the small tip of what black people have been trying to say very, very long time. I am not even talking in the aspect of this present situation or this present administration. The thing is that whatsoever that has been happening, even before this present administration, when black people come out to speak, complain, or try to get people to understand that this is how things are, this is how we feel, or this is how, the system has been treating. So many people often dismiss this complaint. So many people often see that, oh my God, you are so, you want to be oppressed so much. The thing is that whatsoever that has been happening, it has always been there. It has always been a thing from the onset for over 400 years plus. I know that there is nothing like slavery has ended here, but the system is still being, the system has always enslaved some group of people and give privilege to some group of people. And this is just the truth of the issue. The thing is that even though so many people are realizing that, oh, this is what black people have been trying to say. Oh my God, is this what they felt? Or is this what they have been trying to let us know? There are still some people who still do not want to believe it, who is still very shocked, who is still in this denial of, oh, I think that things might get better. I think that, oh, this is not it. That is just the thing. The worst part is that so many people knew that black people have been experiencing some type of, but these people keep on lying to themselves. These people do not want to listen when black people complain. They don't want to listen if black people decided that we are done. They see it as, oh, these guys disturb a lot, or use the word, oh, that this, that. Let's talk about this police brutality that have been the order of the day. It all started from black people. They have always been the one to brutalize, and they have always been the one to come out to try to explain to people. But no, they don't want to listen. they're beginning to listen now and beginning to reason now, because this police brutality right about now in this present administration is not focused only to black people. It's focused, even white people right about now are beginning to feel it because of what ICE have done to some. And because of that, people now are beginning to understand. And this is just the tip of the iceberg of what being black means. This is just the tip. This is just the tip. And this thing is happening all because black people decided that they were going to mind their business. They are going to lay low. They are going to like focus on themselves. And everyone should just carry their cross. You know? People try as much as they can to manipulate black people to come out there to be at the front line, to make, because I saw some commentary, people were like, oh, why are you not reacting? After all, you are also in this country, like, you are also an American and all of that. Yeah, they have been doing so for a long time. That is why it actually have to take this long for other people to experience what black people have been experiencing. Because black people have always been the one covering for every other person. They've always been the one, trying to protect, trying to please every other people, But the thing is that when black people try as much as they can to tell you that, oh, do this way, do that this way, so many people look at it as if, oh, these guys want us to do things that will benefit them. Like, these are the same people that have been doing things that benefit other people without even benefiting them, right? Without benefiting them, right? But then again, when they decided that, oh, they were just going to mind their business, they were just going to like focus more on themselves, since you guys refused to vote for your conscience, everybody is pissed because they are standing down. Now that they're standing down, people are confused because these guys have not been doing what black people have been doing. Now everyone is confused. People are just so confused of what to do. People don't know what to do. They're always waiting for black people. And now everyone is stuck on, oh, what are we going to do? Oh my God. Because black people have always been the one doing it for you guys. They've always been the one doing it for you guys. It's so disappointing that it has to get to this point before every other person will come out to talk about how, oh, we never listened to black people. Oh my God, we could have just listened to black people. Like, what kept you from not listening before? What kept you from not listening? You didn't listen because you actually thought that, oh, they are meant to be solving everyone's problem. You mean that you didn't listen because you felt that when they don't solve the problem, they are going to be the ones to get affected. But now that, people are like, oh my God, I'm going to be getting affected too. That is why everyone could have listened to black people, blah, blah. Oh my God. Anyway, lovelies, and just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. If you've not subscribed to this channel, do your girl a huge favor to click on the subscription button, like, and I will see you lovelies when I upload. Anyway, lovelies, why not just leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. Please subscribe to the channel if you're yet to do that, like, and I will see you lovelies when I upload the next one.